Hey guys, David Essel here. Well, we're doing our radio show once again from a location that we love to be in, and that is one of my offices. And instead of having to be in a studio in 2017, baby, we are right here with you. And we've got a ton of your questions that we're going to answer starting right now. If you don't know what we do, for 27 years, we've hosted the most positive radio talk show in America. You can go check out all of our archive shows at talkdavid.com. Just go below the picture of Jenny McCarthy and I, and you'll see a little link that says David's radio shows right there. Bingo, go. Listen to as much as you want. The very first question is, does EFT really work to decrease stress or increase a positive attitude? It's a great question. EFT, emotional freedom technique, has been around forever. Now more frequently has been called tapping. And basically what it does, according to the theories, when I was trained 20 years ago, I absolutely believed in it. And I still believe in it to this day, but I'm going to give you a little caveat. It's not the silver bullet, okay? It is not the silver bullet. In other words, if someone says to you, you can do EFT, you can do emotional freedom technique, you can do tapping, earn $1 million a year just by doing that, that's nonsense. But it is an awesome tool. It's just like Reiki is a tool and meditation is a tool. But by themselves, they really don't have the power to radically change someone's life in entirety. But let me tell you about EFT and decreasing stress. So the whole concept is that in the brain, there's a portion of the brain called the amygdala. The amygdala is that prehistoric portion, that fight, flight, freeze syndrome, right? So when you're hit with stress, we normally create a subconscious response. Maybe we eat. Maybe we get defensive. Maybe we run away and shut down. Maybe we don't have the confidence to have that incredible conversation with someone we're supposed to. That's the fear response. So the belief system is, as you tap on various parts of the body, the vibration goes into the amygdala. When that vibration is there and you're repeating certain statements about what you're trying to let go of or overcome or achieve, that supposedly that releases the fight, flight, or freeze, allowing you to move into life versus away from it. Does that make any sense? You know, on YouTube, we have a series of videos on tapping or emotional freedom techniques. So just go to YouTube and in the little search box, put David Essel tapping, David Essel EFT, and you will find a series of videos that we go into much more detail than what I can right here, but you're going to love it. You're going to love learning about it. Remember, EFT works as a tool. As a tool, okay? Hey, if you just joined us, you are tuned in to David Essel Alive, America's positive radio talk show. 27 years on the road, baby, or on the air, I should say. We're always on the road, on the air. Archive shows at davidessel.com. The first question on EFT. Hey there, Jacqueline. Good to see you, honey. EFT was from New York City. Next up is from Texas. I'm dating a guy who is separated for 2 years. He keeps saying the divorce will happen. We get into constant disagreements about this. Any ideas? Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I got tons of ideas. That's why I do this show. So listen. If you're dating, if you're a woman dating a guy that's separated, a guy dating a woman that's separated, you have to understand one constant scenario that's going to be with you forever. Chaos and drama. And I mean that sincerely. You know, like if you're dating someone who's separated, they have the pressures of the court system. They have the pressures of their ex-wife or ex-husband, or not even ex, their current wife and husband. They may have children. They are being split emotionally all over hell and back. Don't expect anything less than chaos and drama. And when you do expect it to be something less than chaos and drama, you are going to be in a huge disappointment. Let me give you 2 stories of clients that I've worked with in the past. It happens to be 2 women that were struggling with dating people who were separated and unsure why. So one of them came in and I asked her, what's your goal dating this guy? And she said, honestly, the guy, he's a nice guy. He's got money. I really don't feel like working that much. And so I'm dating him, but it's filled with chaos and drama. So I went and explained to her that when you date someone who is separated, you're probably going to be inviting chaos and drama. And all of a sudden it clicked. And she said, well, what if I just dated him for fun and to trips and travel and to go out to nice dinners and not have an expectation? I said, oh my God, if you can do that, rock and roll. She did. And they dated for another 6 months or 4 before the relationship blew up, but she had a great 6 months, okay? The other person, it didn't work so well. She had been dating someone that was separated for 7 years. And she couldn't get into her mindset that chaos and drama is always going to be there. He kept saying, honey, it's going to get easier. It's going to get better. All of this is going to go away. And it never did. And here's the sad thing. After dating him for a number of years, when he finally got divorced, he left her the next day for someone else. So chaos and drama is part of dating someone who's separated. If you're not ready for it, or if you don't like it, I'd say look for someone who is single, okay? You're tuned into David Essel Live, America's Positive Radio Show, 27 years on the air. We're getting to as many of your questions today as I can. And don't forget, if you want archived radio shows, you could listen for hours, days, months, years. Go to talkdavid.com. Right underneath the picture of Jenny McCarthy and I, you're going to see a small little link that says David's Radio Show. Right there, click on it. You can listen for years. Some of the most amazing interviews you'll ever hear, okay? Third up today, this is from Sarasota, Florida. I've been watching a ton of your YouTube videos, and you give away so much valuable information. Are you a pure extrovert or partial introvert? I love to study personality types. Well, hey, Sarasota, check this out, baby. I am 90% introvert. I am 90% introvert. The extrovert part of myself is necessary for my career. But outside of my work with people, whether doing this radio show or speaking or counseling or coaching or whatever else I do, writing books is pretty private, but traveling to promote the books, that's my extroverted nature. But if you give me a choice of what to do, my answer is going to be my pool or the beach. And yeah, I could have one or two people with me, but that's not even necessary. I'm almost purely introverted. In my career, I wear the other hat. But that's something interesting for you to think about. And for everyone watching us today and listening to us down the road, of course, all these shows are archived, is that you have a tendency, I have a tendency to label ourselves, as, oh, he must be extroverted, he must be introverted. Now, I will tell you this. During my addiction to alcohol and cocaine, I was a forced extrovert. In other words, I would go look for places to go, but that was just to use. That was just to get high, and that was just to drink. But that's not my true nature. How about you? Where are you most at peace? Now, there's a trap here. If you're avoiding life because you've been hurt in love, because you're struggling financially, because you don't know what your path is in life, and you're avoiding life, by staying in, by being an introvert. And how do we know if you're avoiding life? Are you overeating, drinking, smoking? Are you just absorbed with television addiction? Then you might be an introvert who's running from the world. Does that make sense? So think about it. Hey, you're tuned in to David Essel Live. We're almost 28 years on the air. I'm so glad you joined us today. All of these shows are archived. We try to do the beginning of them on Facebook from time to time just to have some fun. And I'm glad you're taking the time to be with us here. Next up, Miami, Florida. My son was addicted to opiates for 4 years. Terrible things happened, and he has been basically kicked out of our house by my husband. I stay in contact. He's on Suboxone for 2 years. Should he be off of that by now? I'm concerned about another addiction. Well, Mom, you're very smart. You must be reading stuff. Suboxone is the next level of addiction, just like morphine is the next level of addiction, right? It's like if you're with a really good physician. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I do give advice. Not medical, but I do give advice. If you're with a physician and your child or you yourself has been on Suboxone for 6 months or more, and there hasn't been a tapered down system in place, you've got to request it. Many doctors will never say anything about it. They'll just keep writing scripts. God, I worked with someone who was on Suboxone for 5 years, and he couldn't shake it. He had no confidence emotionally, physically, spiritually to get off of Suboxone. It became another addiction. So you've really got to work with your doctor, and if you've been on for more than 6 months, I'd say go into him and say, I want a taper down program. The other thing is we work with opiate addicts all the time. All kinds of addicts. Go to my website, search for the specialty course, Holistic Addiction Recovery, and we actually teach people that there are supplements out there that are much safer than Suboxone, and you don't need a prescription. Hey, Deborah, great to have you with us. You are tuned into America's Positive Radio talk show, David Essel Live. Here, the beginning of it, right on Facebook. Let's see. We're going to go, oh, shoot, this is a big one, man. This is so big. New York City. Question on New York City. How do you know when forgiving someone, you should let them back into your heart? Is this a freaking great question or what? A former boyfriend betrayed me in so many ways. I followed your advice, worked 6 long months to forgive him after I left. 6 months ago, we started talking, but unsure if I should give him another chance. Okay, listen. Now, I'm going to be ballsy here because that's the way I live, right? That's the only way I can live. I can't live in any other way. I've got to just be the straight shooter, and I don't beat around the bush and give all kinds of spiritual cute statements or positive statements. This is what I tell people when you've been betrayed. If you choose to go back into the snake pit, if you choose to handle that rattlesnake again after someone has betrayed you, there's 2 crucial steps that you must ask them to follow in order for you to open your heart and to go back into that person's life. And when I say open your heart, I mean even as a close friend again. Number 1, they must write a letter to you. They must write a letter explaining all of the ways they betrayed you in specifics and ask for your apology. And this is a no-brainer for me. It's like if someone has betrayed you, they've lied to you constantly, they've cheated on you, they've stolen from you, however people betray us, right? They gossip behind your back. If they want to come back into your life, they must earn it. Otherwise, you're a codependent human being and you're asking to be bitten again by the same snake. Don't go there. Say to them, you know what? I would love to have you back in my life, as a matter of fact. But here's the deal. I need a written note from you stating the things that you did incorrectly, the way you betrayed me, gossiped about me, lied to me, cheated on me, stole from me, whatever it is, borrowed money and didn't pay it back, whatever it is. I want a written letter stating the things you did. I will not use it against you. You can have that ironclad. Shoot, you can go ahead and get a notary public saying that I will not use this, I will not publish this, I will not make this publicly known, which I think is a smart move on both your parts. But you want to see how sincere they are. You know, I'm sorry is not enough. Sorry about that, but someone says, oh my God, you know what, I'm so sorry I cheated on you. I'm so sorry I borrowed money and didn't pay it back. I'm so sorry I stole from you. I'm so sorry I broke my word and gossiped behind your back. I'm sorry doesn't do it. But a written letter stating those things that that person is apologetic for and asking to be forgiven, I think it's crucial. It's called making amends. All right, number 1. Number 2, if they took something from you, if they stole something from you, if they borrowed something and didn't return it, if they told you they would pay you back a loan and they didn't pay it back, then the second step is pretty freaking obvious. You say to them, you need to repay what you borrowed. You need to repay what you stole. You need to be whatever it is. I don't care if it's a favorite statue of yours or a favorite something, right? Like, you've got to have the balls to stand up and to say, yes, I'll let you back in my life if you write the letter asking for forgiveness and specifics. And number 2, if you return that which you stole. Does that make sense? Hey, you're tuned into America's Positive Radio Talk Show. Every week for 27 years we've been doing this, and I'm so glad you're with us. If you want the full show, thousands of hours of talk radio, go to talkdavid.com. Right underneath the picture of Jenny McCarthy and I, you will find a little link that says David's Radio Shows. Click on that, and you can listen for years to tape shows, okay? Listen, if I can help you at all in any area of your life, addiction recovery, relationships, money, whatever, go to davidessel.com or talkdavid.com. I'll put the link below. Send me an email. I've been helping people as a counselor and a life coach for 27 years. Would love to help you, okay? Have a beautiful, beautiful day.